We're in the home stretch. Europe stakes its claim in two movements in week 2 set the stage for the Open finale, coming up on Inside the Leaderboard.
Hello and welcome everyone to another edition of Inside the Leaderboard presented by Thorne, the official supplement partner of CrossFit. I'm Tommy Marquez, and I had a feeling a lot of people after 22.2 was announced thought that this elegant little couplet of deadlifts and bar-facing burpees might not have enough bite to it, but I guarantee you that opinion changed after that initial round of 9, and it certainly gave us plenty of numbers to chew on this week. And first up, we have one that is sure to make Europe smile, 32.1. That's the percent of global open registration that the continent of Europe accounts for this season, compared to 49.9% from North America. Why is this important? Well, based on these percentage and the use of open participation to dictate representation at the games, it sets the stage for Europe to potentially get a larger share of spots at the games, either through more allocations at semifinals or more semifinal events as a whole. And Europe's relative open participation has nearly doubled since 2017. That's good news for the European cohort that have shown up big. Speaking of showing up big, our next number is 1.5, which in context is huge considering that it's the average finish through 2 weeks of the Open by Mal O'Brien worldwide. The current record for an entire Open season is 3.2, set by Sam Briggs way back in 2013. And Mal O'Brien would need a 6th place finish or better in week 3 with just 1 scored event, or 4th place or better with 2 scored events to break a 9-year-old record set when Open registration was still only at 138,000. Mal's point total through the first 2 weeks is also a record, breaking a previous tie between Sarah Sigmundsdottir in 2020 and Annie Thorisdottir way back in 2011. And speaking of 11, our final number is 11, as in it's been 11 years since 2 records were first set that could be matched or broken by our current overall leaders Phil Toon and Mal O'Brien if they hold on for another week. 11 years ago, Annie Thorisdottir set the record for the youngest Open winner ever at 21 years old, which would be shattered by Mal potentially winning at just 18. And 11 years ago, Dan Bailey became the first and only male athlete to win the Open without games experience, something that Toon could replicate again this year. So let's hit depth on that last stat, because success at the highest level for a newcomer in the Open isn't just a fancy accolade. It also historically has been a precursor for breaking through and having success at the games. Since Bailey first climbed the mountain in 2011, there have been a ton of male athletes, many of them you might recognize, who finished in the top rung of the Open leaderboard that have gone on to both earn a rookie appearance and make some noise at the games that year. We're skipping the 2019 and 2020 seasons obviously because qualification was different, but it may be even more important now for up-and-comers because most athletes are only hitting these once, and performing well in a one-and-done scenario better replicates the games environment. And to get a little bit more personal insight on the matter, I had a chance to catch up with the overall men's leader, Phil Toon, about his performance through 2 weeks.
All right, I am joined now by the overall leader through 2 weeks unofficially, a man looking to make his first individual appearance at the games. He's all the way out in Naples, Florida, joining us now. It's Phil Toon. Phil, thanks for taking the time to chat today, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
So as I mentioned, through 2 weeks, you're the overall leader, 2 stellar performances in the first 2 Open workouts. After an Open workout has been announced, what has been your approach and execution of the workouts each week?
So obviously with the Open not being necessarily as crucial on the season, with the quarterfinals coming up shortly after. So my whole mindset is, just really go out there, give it the best that I can, treat it like a training piece, just try to get better. And the first workout specifically isn't a workout that I would, really consider a strength for myself, just with, past experience, but I was able to go out there and put up a pretty good score. And then, week 2 rolls around and I knew that was a workout that I could do fairly well on. So, nothing changes. I went out there, I gave it the best that I could. But outside of, these 2 workouts, training is not for the Open. It's for what's to come after. So I'm not putting any extra like stress or losing sleep or, those like pre-competition jitters as I typically would. I haven't really felt that as much. I've just kind of went out there, gave it my best, and had fun.
And you also have a pretty awesome training environment. You made some changes this year, moved out to Naples, part of that Brute crew, and you're surrounded by some fit individuals as well. What's it been like training with Dallin and James and Emma, and even, I don't know if Matt is there in person, but having another guy like Matt Poulin as a Brute athlete to kind of, throw ideas back and forth for training.
Being here with Dallin, Emma, James, and Ethan, it's great. We don't typically do all the same stuff every single day. We have our own individualized programming, but every week we have thrown down at least once. Sometimes our pieces intertwine, but just like the positivity and just the energy, and having Matt Torres there with us, just kind of picking apart little pieces throughout the day. It's been great, and I feel like he touches on it all the time. Being that we're in person now, we're able to kind of adjust on the fly, and he's able to visually see things rather than just take, our notes for it. So we're able to progress faster. And I'm certain of that. I've seen growth in all of us in just a few short weeks.
I think you put the whole world on notice through 2 weeks so far, man. Best of luck on week 3. Best of luck on the rest of the season going forward. And we'll certainly be rooting for you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks again to Phil for the time. Always good to catch up and chat, and he is certainly an athlete to keep your eye on going forward. We only have one more week of the Open left. We have the 22.3 live announcement special kicking off this Thursday, March 10th. Action starts at noon Pacific time. We got a local team from CrossFit Hendersonville in Hendersonville, Tennessee, throwing down in their affiliate, going toe-to-toe with the crew from CrossFit Reykjavik all the way out in Iceland. That's going to do it for this edition of Inside the Leaderboard, presented by Thorne, the official supplement partner of CrossFit. The final stretch, one more workout week to go. Until then, I'll see you on the leaderboard.